For months now, one of the key roadways through Golden Gate Park has been off limit to cars. The goal was to allow more space for people to exercise during the pandemic. But now there's a growing push to keep JFK Drive car-free even after the pandemic ends. While the idea is being cheered by walkers and cyclists, at least one supervisor says the closure has sparked a kind of segregation most people haven't seen since the 1950s. NBC Bay Area's Christie Smith explains.
On most days, you can find ALEC HAWLEY riding a bike through Golden Gate Park and happy he can ride along JFK Drive without having to worry about cars.
I'd like to see it permanent. There are definitely some kinks to be worked out, but yeah, I think this is a great start.
A 1.5-mile stretch of the roadway is currently car-free. It was created early in the pandemic to give people enough social distance as they exercised or walked through the park. But with cases dwindling and the city reopening, some are calling for the closure to become permanent. But Board of Supervisors President SHAMANN WALTON is raising serious concerns, saying it creates a new barrier for the city's less privileged.
It makes me sick to my stomach, the segregation that is still existing in San Francisco, specific to JFK.
He described the situation as looking like the 1950s South at a recent hearing of the San Francisco Transportation Authority and spoke with us today.
The fact of the matter is it's an inequitable space. Folks from the southeastern parts of San Francisco don't have adequate transportation. Everybody doesn't have an electric bicycle where they can ride their family and their children over to the park.
He says he understands the need for safe space, but there's more to consider. Others note they also need to consider access for people with limited mobility.
I think for now we need to reopen access to communities of color, to people of color, to the entire city of San Francisco so that people can access the area equitably while we have those conversations about how to move forward and what that looks like.
The San Francisco Bicycle Coalition supports the closure, but they say they understand there are challenges that need to be overcome. But they think that can be done without reopening the road to all cars.
More equitable, more accessible for Black and brown families in his district and in our southern neighborhoods, as well as for people with disabilities and seniors. And we think we can achieve that while keeping the space car-free.
Expect more heated debate before any final decision. In San Francisco, Christie Smith, NBC Bay Area News.